Hi. I don't have a lot of time to explain. I'm just gonna get to the point before it gets dark. I wanted to explain why I'm homeless. Started off graduation, okay? Right before graduation, 2018. Me and my mom weren't getting along. Me and my mom have never gotten along. It just got real bad. None of my family came to my graduation because of my mother. I tried to go and get my things. Graduation weekend, I came home from, celebrating. She wouldn't let me inside the house, so I had to go somewhere. I was on the streets, basically. A friend that I had for like 6 years, he moved over from across the state to live with me. We lived with his grandparents for maybe about 3 months. Me and him didn't work out, so I moved back into my parents' house. I was at my parents' house for about 6 months. I met somebody. I was with him for about, I'd say 6 out of 7 days a week almost, for 4 months until I literally got my car. The end of August of 2019. 2 weeks later, I shit you not, I was out of the state. I moved to LA, chasing my dreams. I was in my car. I was homeless for about 2 months. I didn't care because it was like, I'm chasing my dreams. I'm willing to do anything that I have to chase my dreams, and that's still very true. At the end of October, I moved up back to my home state. I had to take care of some family things and some financial things. Moved in with the guy I was seeing before. With him for about 3 weeks. Couldn't do it. I cut off the relationship. I moved back into my parents' house. I didn't ask. I just started sleeping on my old bedroom floor. I did that for about 3.5 months, and then in the middle of January, my parents bought me a couch, and I started sleeping on that in my old bedroom. It was the middle of January, and by the end of February, I had moved back down to LA. I got there at the start of March. 2 weeks after being there, quarantine had started and everything got shut down. The DMVs, the social services building, so I couldn't get food stamps, I couldn't get medical, I couldn't get, me and my roommate at the time, we moved into an apartment. I stayed in LA for March, April, May, about 3.5 months. My tax returned and the stimulus check, I lived off of that. I had $17 to my name, and I had to make a decision whether or not I had to move back up to my home state or to stay in LA and hope to get a job. I got a job at a gas station in LA, but they had to let me go because I wasn't 21. I wasn't old enough to sell cigarettes, so they had to let me go. Food for less in LA. The only catch was that I had to get a California state ID. That was their only requirement, and he told me as soon as I got that, I could be hired. But the thing about me getting a California license is the DMVs are shut down. I've called multiple times. They are not going to open up for a while. Open up until basically everything's back to normal. It won't be until stage 4. My friends loaned me about $700 to pay for my car insurance, gas, food, and to have food for the next 2 weeks after I got up here. Second day I got up here, I shit you not, I had a job interview. Got the job on the spot. Didn't even have an interview, she just hired me on the spot. I was homeless. As soon as I came up here, it was real rough when I got up here. A couple weeks after me living up here, my cousin let me stay with her for about 2 weeks. She was kind enough to do that. Things didn't work out with some lease stuff, not her fault at all. I tried to get an apartment with one of my friends. He bailed on me. Maybe a month went by, and my roommate from LA talked to her best friend, and he let me couch surf on his place for about a month and a half. Gotten 2 jobs. So the goal was for me to get my own place at the end of August. Beginning of September, but I don't have a cosigner and I don't have a credit score. I don't have a credit score because my living situation's been unstable for the last 2 years. And I know that credit score affects everything in my life, so I didn't want to get myself into something when I knew I wasn't ready. Couch surfed with him. The first few weeks I only was there like maybe 2-3 days a night. About 3 nights out of the week. I only slept there when I had to shower, which was probably about every 2 days, every 3 days. I went over there. It was about a 30-minute drive. I worked from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it was about a 30-minute drive, and sometimes I was just too tired to drive that. I walked out of my second job because they were disrespectful. They were not nice. One of the worst jobs I've ever had. I'm a very, very hard worker, but I am not going to take that kind of disrespect. Not worth it. I had another job too. It paid my bills. I walked out, and then I was at my friend's apartment, almost every day after that, for probably about a month roughly, a little more maybe, give or take. There was a lot of things happening in that apartment I did not want to be a part of. I was supposed to be getting a house with my friends, but because of financial reasons, that didn't go through. So I left that apartment thinking that I was gonna be in a house 2 days later, but that house plan fell through. So now I'm back and living in my car full time. So I'm living in my car full time. The goal, I don't have a stable place of living. My friend is kind enough to let me use a shower whenever I need to. Love her so much for that. I'm just very appreciative of everyone that has helped me and given me a place to sleep or a shower, put hot food on my plate, let me do my laundry. It's made things a lot easier, and it's definitely like a lot less stress. The plan is to move to Texas at the end of December. I'm gonna move in with her, and she's gonna help me get on my feet and get stabilized until I can move back to LA. Yeah, it's a crazy life. I am working 2 jobs technically right now. I'm doing Instacart, and I work at a McDonald's, working on getting a job at Olive Garden. Pray to God I get the job. Fucking love Olive Garden so much. I left LA in May. I was supposed to go back down to LA in the beginning of September right now, actually. But everything's still shut down. It's gonna be very tight. It's probably be shut down for the next year or 2. In a lease until December. That's why I'm waiting until December to move to Texas. I'm not gonna ask you to like or comment. You do you, you know? Yeah. Sorry it's dark and the lighting's really shitty. Yeah, it's really pretty though. You see that? That's some shit. Love it.